And I'm back again.
Sorry.
Wrong button. But now, this is the sound from Vital. And if we turn on this one, we have this. So for the rate, the smoothness, we can do this. We can take the cue down here. And one thing we have to do is down here, we have to turn down these two so we don't get sound from, it's only sound. So now we have this sound that we're listening to. And let's just look at it here. And we can do the shape. Two different ones. And again, the cue here should be down here. So we can make this with a reverb on. So we have a lot more organic sound. Like smoothing it out, take the depth down a little bit, the offset down. Let's just take this one out here so we can see it that after we're clicking all of these. So you can see we have different we can do some fun stuff with this. Step down a little bit. And again, it depends on where you put the offset. If you can see the offset is on, if you look at this parameter here, if I go the offset, it goes down or up. Let's try and set it on just a sine wave. Take some steps. Take the smooth out. That's really cool, but imagine if you have a delay. You just made all these parameters. But we can also go one step more, and I'm not going to do the whole thing again because it takes forever. But you could also take one of these effect racks and have one on frequencies. Make a new one, have one on gain. Make a new one, have one on Q. And then set, let's say, the frequencies has a sine wave, the gain has a random, the last one has a ramp up. So you can make these rhythms with it. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what I did. So I called it Crazy Split Chain Random EQ. So it will look like this, and the camera froze. It takes a little bit of time because there's a lot of stuff going on. Again, it's 24 LFOs that's in here, but now you can actually see how that would look like when you do it in this way. So the cool thing also is that we can, right now I've had my, let's say, face here. If I randomize the face, we could have this going in different directions or have them glued together like this as well. If you open it more, you have this. And if we go over, but now we have to have a lot more. We take the face out of the resonance or the cue. So you can see we have the shape here. It's all sine waves. So we have this thing that can do that, but we can also just change the shape for the frequencies. So we have random now, and if we take random, there we go, and random over here, and then we take the rate. And we smoothen everything out. We're back to before, like the other one, but now it's kind of like that. So you have a lot more control when you're doing this. But let's take this one and let's take the shape. So a lot of different possibilities. The only thing that I did compared to the other one is if we go into this chain and see the face, you can see that the face here, for us to be able to do this, we have 8 different faces, and they're split over the 8 different parameters. So if I'm gonna hit map and take this one down a little bit, you can see my faces over here are split equally over time. Otherwise they won't have an effect. They would be the exact same, all of them, but now they're evenly split out, so the phase would change all of the LFOs. So yeah, that's why I could do this and also make it goes like a snake. It's because they're split out in phase. So yeah, but it's really cool that you can kind of change how it looks by gathering it together a little by little. And we'll go down here and we can just gather them together. Cool. I also made one. Let's try for drums. Insert audio. Let's just take this one, and I think I called it grain delay here. This is with 10 LFOs. So the rate is on 0, so it doesn't do anything right now. But if I take the rate up, makes these fun little glitchy things. But you can see all the parameters down here. Everything is mapped to the different LFOs, and then I did the same thing by mapping the different ones. So it's pretty nice, but you could put it on everything. Let's try and put it on some melodic stuff. Let's try and do a bass line or something. Do we have melodic here? Bass, well, just an arpeggiator. Yeah, just let's try that. And just have that go on 4. And you can see the dry wet is only 50%, so the same I just did, so the sound. So it gets this flantering stuff going on. And again, I also have a limiter so it won't peak out. You could do it with beat repeat, you could do it with actually record this. Yeah. That was it. Do you have any questions? I guess there's a ton of questions, but yeah. Any questions? Or did I cover it all? Did it make sense what I did? I just got these crazy ideas and try and build it, and then yeah.
Very cool. Did you map all of those? What parameters did you map those to?
So you can see the first one here. If I open it up, it's dry wet. So that is the one that goes, but I only took it to 50% here, so it won't go over. We could try and listen, so now it'll be much more crazy. Because now it's fully wet and fully dry. So the next one here is ping pong, that is going from speaker to speaker and not for speaker to speaker. Then we have left time, and right time is, I'll bet the other one, yeah, right time. So right now I set them to time and not synced, and I did so they could do it in both speakers, different speeds as well. Then I did feedback, and that's just all the way where it should be. Left offset, right offset, frequency, so the filter as well, so you can see that's the filter thing. All these are mapped. Then I'm at the rate of the modulation, the filter, and the time as well. So everything that I tried to do it in with echo as well. It got too intense with that one because, well, if I only used the same in echo, it would be the same, but you have to be a lot more careful in that because you have an input as well, so you can distort it, and it got really a lot. So you have to set the parameters by microdosing some parameters, but you can do it with everything this way. It's really nice to be able to. The only thing is that, especially one with the EQ, is that it's pretty CPU heavy. It will take, not as heavy as I thought actually. I thought it would be a lot more heavy, but it's still doable. Yeah.
What would the difference be between using 8 LFOs than doing this?
So the difference with these are they're independent. So if you have random, that will be the same random, just in value. Here it's different randoms. So the question was that why don't I just go down in this drop menu and just map the rest of here? But then you can see all of these. Right now they're the same because it's not set to random. But if I set the shape here to random, you can see now they're definitely not the same. Now you have 8 different randoms, and then because otherwise everything would just be random the same way. But that could have a sound as well. It's definitely possible, and then you have only one LFO or 2, you know. But here you get different randoms. Cool. Kind of crazy, but fun. Yes. But not as heavy as I thought it would be. Now you can see this one goes to right now 15-16%, and it's only 10 LFOs. The other one with the EQ was 24 LFOs.
Yeah, okay. So you're not running this on 20 tracks?
No, you're not running it on 20 tracks. No, definitely not. Well, if you have a supercomputer, then it's plausible. Yeah.
Unlike your cheap MacBook.
Yeah. Well, that was it for today. Hope you could use this for something creative. It's good for sound design to make the sound come alive. So yeah,